For some reason, the audio crapped out on this clip. So today we're going to be doing the timing belt job on my NA Miata. Andrew here is helping me because he's done it on his NB. As you'll see, this is very different from his NB.
Any day.
Okay.
You got any swivel fittings? I think it might have
No, that's the one thing I don't have. So we're removing the timing chain cover, correct?
Well, timing belt, but yes.
Well, yeah, okay, the timing chain cover
Wish
first,
it was a timing chain.
then, or timing belt, sorry, timing belt cover. And then we're gonna inspect the what exactly?
The timing. So on these gears here, if you look at the letters, there's an E, there's that type of stuff. Well, one's for exhaust, one's for intake. Intake, exhaust. If you have them in the wrong position, it's gonna mess with the way that your cam lobes are pointed. So the way this works is it goes down, it presses on, you actually have, I believe, hydraulic lifters on here, as opposed to the solid shims on the 1.8s. And so that'll push down, it, you know, opens and closes your valves, and you go zoom zoom. But if it does that in the wrong way, get the wrong amount of air and fuel, and it just doesn't want to work.
Okay.
So we're gonna see if that's the problem, and hopefully it is, because if so, we'll be done in like half an hour. But it's not gonna be the problem, because we're definitely not gonna be done in half an hour.
Yeah, because that's what project cars are. So
Yep.
we're gonna get that done and over with. Oh
But
yeah.
Actually, like one of the first jobs I actually did on it.
As you can tell, we got the radiator. Oh, we're about to get the radiator out. Actually, we might not even need to get the radiator out.
We'll see.
We got all the intake and all that crap out. Now we're gonna get the timing belt cover off and inspect it. And hopefully that's the issue. But like Andrew said,
Well, timing belt's definitely not the problem, because you can see that was pretty.
yeah.
I'm just thinking the general like timing may be off. I don't know if, who knows, maybe a tensioner is loose. It could have slipped. But if it was running well and then it stopped,
yeah,
I don't know. We're gonna take a gander.
Yeah, let's
and
see.
hopefully something yells at us. But this isn't going to immediately, but this does reveal the markings. So now we can rotate it and line up the timing marks and see if things make sense. Because right here, you got an E and you got an I. So if we put that E there and we put the I there, and everything looks good, then in general the timing should be good, assuming that the timing down there is proper. To check that, we have to take all the belts off, which will be a thing. But
So,
maybe we'll see immediately that something's wrong.
Yeah, so let's do that first.
Yeah.
Okay then.
Which means we need to figure out what socket
This
size goes down
will
there.
be fun. I say sarcastically.
Yeah.
Alright.
This is just a general thing for anyone wanting to buy a project car too. If you have the opportunity, always good to make sure the thing actually turns over.
Yeah.
Because if the engine's seized, you don't want to pay more than like probably the scrap value of the thing, to be honest.
Yeah. You're gonna have to replace the engine and not fun.
I mean, you might just be able to rebuild it, and if you really enjoy that stuff, cool.
Go for it.
If you don't, then don't. Also, it's not gonna fit in there. I forget that that's always a thing. So we're gonna turn it over the breaker bar. Woohoo!
That'll be fun.
Yeah. Got a lot of leverage, but still. So
Not enough.
all I'm gonna do is, it doesn't really matter which way you turn it, to be honest.
Okay.
You're just gonna turn the thing. She's talking.
Yeah.
Mine usually doesn't do that.
I mean, it's been sitting for a while.
Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that though. Let's keep listening. Maybe she'll tell us what's wrong.
Yeah.
Miata whisper. You know, why don't we just take this radiator out, because we already drained it, so I can actually get in
we're
there.
just gonna take that out and
gonna
make
be a lot
more.
easier.
Because cars are a pain, the bottom radiator hose is not wanting to agree with us, and it is getting stuck. However, we got a majority of everything off. Did you get it off? Almost. Okay.
Come on.
Okay, the viewers cannot see it, but oh yeah, you can see it a little bit. Come on, so close. Oh, there we go. Thank
Wow, that's disgusting.
Yeah, I probably should replace that hose.
No, not even the hose. Just, that is rusty water. I would recommend my car. After I got it, I changed the fluid about once every 300 miles for about maybe 1,000 miles. It might have actually been like once every 100 miles, just because it would go from coolant color to like chocolate milk.
Yeah.
It was literally just the rust in the lines from it sitting.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. Because I replaced this, I think, like, I say 4 months ago. That's when I replaced the radiator and put in distilled water and coolant and all that crap. So
one of those.
Yeah.
And then distilled water. To save some money.
Yeah,
And
that's what I did.
Cool. Okay, so
So
where's
now
the
we
bolts
can.
for this guy?
I forgot.
Oh, okay.
I do not remember.
Well, there's one bolt there.
exactly.
There's one bolt there.
I might have to YouTube it again.
Yeah, I might not be
Alright. If you don't know how to remove an NA Miata radiator, get off all the hoses, and then there are two 12 one on the other side.
And then just don't drop them down into your splash
Full
guard.
intake, yeah. Or I took off the splash guard because I kept on working on it forever.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Once
now
it's
you
running,
can just
I'll
pull it
put
out.
that on, but
Yeah. Should
maybe.
be able to. Maybe, maybe not. There we go. And then that wire. Yep. And the whole thing.
What are we stuck on?
There's a little finagling that needs to happen. I
Yeah.
remember finagling it in. Was a pain. Let me watch the video and see exactly what he gets stuck on. What happened? Yeah, we have removed the radiator, so now we have more space to check the timing. He's making noises. I don't know if the camera can hear it. I don't think
She's
so.
in neutral, right?
Yes.
Cool. There we go. Oh.
Timing
Why'd
skip.
you do that?
No,
No, I just mean it was difficult and then it just went. Like it was.
That mean when my pistons is fucked?
Oh.
The spark
Gotta
plugs
get
are
the
still
spark
in there.
plugs
We're,
in.
we're idiots. Okay, let's take
Let's
the
take
spark
those out.
plugs out. We are slightly
Wait.
stupid.
Oh.
Now we're actually taking the spark plugs out so we can actually turn it over properly, because we were hearing a noise, but we're pretty sure it's just because the spark plugs were in. So yeah, you're gonna have to use it. Yep, there we go. Yeah, so now we're getting all the spark plugs out. Number dose. And we're gonna get the other two out, and then we'll catch up with you once we figure out what the hell we're doing. Now we can turn this
We should
over.
not hear a hiss now because there shouldn't be any compression.
Yes.
If we hear a hiss, I'm about to be very confused.
You wanna use an extension? Yeah, no hiss. Alright, we're chilling.
It feels about how I'm used to.
Alright,
Okay.
cool.
Let's check
That's what she
this.
said.
Bruh. Okay.
What are the marks we're looking for again?
The E on the. Yeah, so the.
Alright, that's
Oh,
the E.
and we do know that these are on. I
Yeah,
think.
that's the E,
Properly. There we go.
and that's the I.
No, so I here with that mark there.
Oh,
with
that,
that one
that, okay.
So we look good
That there, and that
on
there.
that. So the next thing to check is the bottom, which means we get to go digging, which means those hoses may have to come off. We may be able to get away without doing it. And oh, you have a. Why are there like teeth on that thing?
On the alternator?
No, on the belt. Yeah.
Oh, I have no
And-
idea.
I hate this part so much. Your car's, it's gonna be the same, isn't it?
What's happening?
There's one bolt on the back of this alternator right here.
We're just
It's a nut. It's a 14. It's always
behind
14.
there.
There's a bolt here, there's a nut back here.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily for you, you actually have a bolt that goes through. On the
That's
NBs, it's just a bolt where the head's on the back and it comes out here, so you
that
can't put anything on it.
sucks.
So we can get a breaker bar on this, and this is gonna be way nicer. So
Okay,
I vote we do that first, because
Yeah.
that's probably gonna be the hardest part of the job, as well as.
let's do
Can you
that.
hand me that orange can?
Yes, I can.
You ever heard of Croyle? That one?
Yes. Okay, so that is the water pump. And we got the pulley off. And now what are we doing?
We're removing the rest of the time belt cover so we can see what's going on.
Okay.
Also, if you aren't in a rush to get this done, I would recommend anyone who does this replace this cover,
Okay.
because it likes to break in, and then what happens is you spend all this time putting it back together, it starts rubbing on your timing belt.
Oh,
Then you have to
okay.
go in there and pull it out again, which I have that problem right now. I'm just going to replace that, because the new time belt's like $30 on these. Not bad.
Yeah.
For the whole kit there, you're looking at like 100.
For... Can't we just not put that in? Or what happens if we don't put that in?
Well, what happens if you're driving and a rock jumps up in
Oh,
there?
that's true.
You gotta remember, if your engine's spinning,
Yeah,
at
yeah, okay.
8,000.
Yep.
you're gonna cause some problems.
Fun times, fun times. Yeah,
I
so
thought
we're
about it.
gonna finish this up And then once that's done, we'll look at what the bottom side of the timing belt looks like. So, good news and bad news. All of this crap looks amazing. Bad news is, we have no idea what the hell it could be then. Because that's the last thing that I didn't do. So I was like, maybe it's that. Not sure. We're gonna keep on figuring it out though.
Because this is like potentially the whole problem. So when I took this out, I noticed that this was in kind of cattywampus. If that makes sense, it was a little turned, which is not how you want this. This keyway is what keeps your engine, the crankshaft, and this tied together. And this keeps your entire timing together. If this is off, nothing's going to work well. You're going to be losing insane amounts of power. Usually what it manifests is below 4,000 RPM, it drives like, I don't know, a 90s truck. You get over 4,000, it feels great. You can cruise 90 miles an hour.
Yeah, and that's exactly the problem that was happening.
You have to get there. Look at this. Tell me if this looks square. Looks like an I-beam.
Yeah, that does not.
And then if you look here, this is the really telling thing. This keyway is supposed to be square. That's completely destroyed to the side.
Okay, then.
Now, there's an exact way you fix this. It's supposed to be nice and just square, but if you... I can't get this bolt. If you put it in fifth, I can take this bolt out to show better.
Okay, hold on one second.
Into?
Wait, I'm focused. Yeah.
You see that gash?
Yeah.
So what happens is when you hit the gas, a bunch of torque goes through here, okay? That is then transferred into the sprocket via the, basically there's a little piece of metal. Let me grab it. I forget exactly what it's called, but it's a Woodruff key. So this is called a Woodruff key slot. This is a Woodruff key. That goes on there. Then this whole sprocket has a cutout there, which slides over it. Yeah. So when you hit the gas, torque goes into here, gets transferred into this. This turns, which then that turns the timing belt, which controls your cams. Now, what happens when you hit the gas, this doesn't actually turn? Your valves don't open. Your engine doesn't get air and fuel in the right places. It just doesn't work. Okay. And then you have a problem where it kind of, sort of, maybe runs, but not really. Yeah. So what you do is you get some Loctite 660, which is actually used to repair, machine shafts for, lathes and stuff in shops. You clean it up really well, you put that on there, you put it on, you torque the bolt down, you leave it overnight, because it has to set in the absence of oxygen, so you have to have it torqued down. And you put everything back together, you cross your fingers, you fire it up, and there's a non-zero chance it just works.
Okay. So, he has to leave in about, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, so that's not happening right now. It'll happen in this video because it's going to be a long-winded video. But we also got the, water pump, timing belt, we got all this stuff. So we're already going to do that since we're already this deep down in it. Also going to do the main seal. However, now that we know that that's an issue, that will probably fix it. So maybe next week or whenever he's available to come back and help me do this, we're gonna get this thing running, and you will see this thing running by the end of this video. Hopefully, I didn't jinx myself. Hey guys, this is about a month later from the last clip, but Andrew couldn't make it for whatever reasons, but today he's coming over, so hopefully we can get it done completely. So while I wait for him to show up, I'm gonna clean up all of these bolts. He told me I should probably replace them, but I'm kind of being a cheapskate because I spent way too much money already replacing all the other crap. So, hopefully just cleaning them up with this little degreaser will work. So I'm going to use this. I'm going to clean all those bolts up. While those are soaking, I'm going to go clean the water pump housing and I'll show you that. Okay. We're going to spray the crap out of this. With the water pump clean enough, Andrew will probably have to come and fine-tune it, but in my opinion it's clean enough for now. I'm gonna go deal with the bolts, which you don't have to see because it's if you've seen any of my other videos cleaning bolts, it's literally the same thing. So I'm gonna put you guys down. Once he gets here, I'll pick you guys back up. Now we are pulling the seal. Well, attempting to pull the seal with the tool.
Yes, this is the Lyle seal puller tool. I've had good success with it before. It's supposed to slide in on the crankshaft, but the risky thing with that is if you scratch the crankshaft, you are absolutely cooked.
So yeah, once we get that on, I'll show you how to pull it out.
Use this as leverage. Yes. Oh fuck. That's not good. That just broke off.
Oh shit.
You have picks?
Yep.
Okay.
I think I have a pick. Since the tool meant for the job broke, now we are using other methods, aka using a heat gun, to heat the crap out of that thing.
The only reason we think this might work is we suspect that someone used silicone or some other adhesive in here, and we're trying to get that to the point where it breaks down. This is not a recommended method.
Yeah. But if you're in a
this is why you don't use silicone on this.
And don't buy a 10-owner Miata that has questionable maintenance records. But here we are.
Because now we have no choice but to get the seal out, or it's going to spew oil like nobody's business.
Yep. So we're gonna continue with that, and then I hope we get it out, and I'll update you once we do or when we don't. Right now we're trying to hammer in a screw so that we can use that to pry it out. We tried drilling it, but that's not working.
I can't get that.
Can't get an angle on it, so.
This is not fun.
No, it's not.
What in tarnation just happened there? That actually did a thing.
Did something.
Where's that spinning bobber?
Okay, it's in there.
Sort of.
A little bit. And let's hope and pray.
It's gonna come out, but I might be able to start it there.
Oh?
Okay, I don't know what happens now. I don't know what I'm doing.
I think we grab a pliers
I don't like
and
that.
pry it.
Yeah, let's try that. Alright.
And now we pry and hope and pray.
That's gonna come out and brutally murder my hand.
Why does one come out?
Ow! Holy.
It came out, but it didn't do anything. Hand good?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Oh, okay.
That's just insane. We're gonna destroy this car trying to get that out. Like, I very much don't love our odds right now.
Once we figure this out, if we figure this out, I'll update you because clearly this is not working right now. Okay.
Alright.
So that's what that looks like right now.
So what's up with that's not good.
Hold on. There we go. Okay. That's what that looks like. I don't know what it's supposed to look like.
It's not ideal. Can you put the car in neutral, please?
Yep, 1 second. Okay. I don't know how well you can see that, but there's a little spot there that's all crisscrossed. That's not supposed to be crisscrossed. And what we're gonna do now is
We're gonna spin the engine.
and see what happens.
We're gonna. Okay. So that's the one spot.
There's only one spot.
Cool. All right. So my diagnosis. Take this with a big grain of salt, as someone who's definitely not an expert, as we just became all too familiar with. I am going to guess that you're going to have a minor leak.
That's fine.
It's not going to be too bad. The car's going to run just fine. You'll be able to rev it out, do all your stuff. Just keep an eye on it. You might need to replace the timing belt a little more, because the problem is oil on rubber will degrade it, and when timing belt go bye-bye, engine go bye-bye, which is not good. So yeah, I would like some compressed air or something to blast in there. I just use some brake cleaner to get any bits of metal out, because I think I saw a little bit of metal that broke off. But on my NB, it was super easy. But if you look really closely on this side, where it came at it with the flathead, there's a little bit of damage there, but that's not going to be a problem because we can just silicone that. The problem is, since this crankshaft spins, that crosshatch is going to be forever spinning. However, I'm guessing it's going to be a very minor leak. We may even get lucky, and maybe it won't leak, but I kind of doubt that. So we'll do our best. We'll get the car back on the road, and maybe you'll just be turboing it sooner than later.
Yeah. Now that the quote-unquote easy part is done, because that was supposed to be the easy part, we're going to move on and get the new main seal in.
Which is actually so easy.
Which is supposed to be actually even easier, so I'm going to record that as well. Unfortunately, my hood light that I have doesn't really reach down there, so I just have to use a flashlight, and I don't really have good lighting. It's raining.
Towels?
I do have paper towels.
So as the resident idiot here who sent a screw home with a drill and scratched it, we're going to actually fix this. So I got some Loctite 660. This stuff is basically aerospace grade super glue for metal that almost never comes off. It's built for repairing lathe shafts at manufacturing plants, so I think it's going to work for a 120 foot-pound engine.
Yeah.
We're going to take a little bit of this, get some shmoo on her finger. I'm wearing gloves because you really want to potentially ingest that. You know, that stuff looks legit. And then we're going to take this, and I'm just going to rub it on the inside. I don't know how much to use. I haven't done this before. We're just winging it. But I'm going to get it nice and on there to hopefully fill up any problems. Going to try to avoid getting on the outside. But once again...
Oh, that smells.
Oh, yeah. This is legit. Okay. So we got that on there. We're going to hope that this will work. I'm actually might get a little bit more just to put directly on where that scratch was. I hit it with 2,000. That wasn't knocking on the burrs well enough. So then I took some 600 and then came back at it with 2,000 again. I'm not too worried about where all this gets because we're going to be covering basically this entire thing with the shmoo. Mm-hmm. But yeah, hopefully that'll work. Now we're going to take this, and it goes like this, right?
Yep.
With flange out, okay. Mm-hmm. Start that.
See, it's kind of halfway on there. There we go. It's halfway on there. We're going to use a socket to seat it properly and a rubber mallet.
What's the biggest socket you have?
Right. The biggest.
That did not go well.
Okay.
That didn't go well. Okay. So, if that didn't work, we need to find a way to make this work.
Alright, so,
That might actually work. Do you want me to send it?
Fuck it. If it fucks it up, then we'll just not use it. I still in this on.
Oh, come on.
Now we have another problem, goddammit.
Well, I can get that out. Okay. For sure. I just need to
ensure that it's in. Oh, I know it's. Oh? Is that in it?
It's partially on.
Okay.
It's not the happiest of campers, but it's partially on. It's just, is this smaller than the...
Alright, we got it on with a socket and a mallet. It's not all the way on. It is seated, but it's not all the way on. And what is the choice I have to make?
I put this on, and I just send it. It's just barely smaller than the thing. We might be able to get it out. Or go to the store, find a bigger drill bit, and use the proper tool, and it probably just works. Because then we would take a socket on this, like that, and drive it home like so. Mm-hmm. And because if we do this, I will also probably damage that, and then we'll be in even worse shape. Because like, it's not the happiest around that edge. I'm hoping that as it goes over, that'll force it into shape.
Smooth itself out.
If it doesn't, we're completely boned. And then I don't know what we do at all. But speaking of that, so far, every time we've cut a corner, it hasn't worked.
Yeah, so let's not do that.
Yeah. Okay, 30 millimeter socket, take 10 million.
You go in?
Dude.
Did it fix itself? Just say yes. Lie to me. I don't give a shit.
I want to give you an actual answer. Alright, so we are super smooth everywhere. Except there's a couple places where there were those little dents where I can feel a little bit of something.
Yeah, but the seal it, right?
Well, the potential problem is that those little dents could cut it. So my plan is, I think, I want to take a paper towel, wipe the excess shmoo off. Then we're going to take that 400 grit and hit it for like 30 seconds, if even. Then we're going to take 2000, polish it up. We're going to throw the seal on there. We're going to cover it up and pretend none of this ever happened. Because the internet does forget sometimes. You hear that, internet? You better forget.
Alright, so it's finally on.
We need some light, and we need like some...
Yeah, we just said fuck that. We're just gonna put the seal on and hope for the best. And if it tears the seal in 1,000 miles, it tears the seal in 1,000 miles, and I'll deal with it later.
Do you
At
want
least
us to RGB
I
the outside or
would.
not even do that?
Yes, let's RGB the outside.
Where's the RGB? Here.
Right there.
Alright.
But yeah, so we're just gonna hope and pray that this doesn't rip this brand new seal that I bought. And if it does, fuck it. Whatever.
Also, just so you know, internet, usually this is not how this goes. I have done this before on my NB, but on that one the seal just came off. This was so stuck on there that the Lyle puller, just to be clear, we used a proper tool puller. It snapped off. I mean, at that point we had to do it. So then we used a pick, and the pick was just shredding the seal, wasn't getting anywhere. So then we tried the screw trick, and just so you guys don't make the same mistake, I don't know why we thought using a drill is a good idea, but it just screw gouged into it. So we got a sleeve, and for the sleeve, when we tried to do that, to put the sleeve on, we found a socket the size of the outer this part of the sleeve that actually does the new surface instead of the larger part that you're supposed to hammer on, and it bent it. So then we got a bigger socket that went over to get that on, but now there's a little dimple, so we'll see if it works. But if you run into the problem, either A, take it to a shop, or what we eventually did is we got a small flathead screwdriver and hammered from the side, which did a little bit of damage to the oil casing, but like, it's not too bad. I'm gonna get some sandpaper and sand it down. And that part doesn't spin, so you can fix it with silicone. And it's not as good as it would be. It's better just not have to deal with it, but like, I don't even know.
At this point, this Miata is being held together with hopes and dreams.
Someone's gonna post in the comments saying that we're dumb and stupid and should have done it, blah blah blah. But hindsight 2020.
Yeah, we agree. We are idiots, but that's fine. So we're gonna get to getting, and hopefully, I'm not even gonna say it because I know if I say something, it's not gonna go properly. So, all right, we have gotten. You can't see shit. Let's turn on the flashlight. We have gotten the sealing, not the best way, but at this point we're both tired and it's fucking in, and I don't give a shit anymore. So now we're gonna work on everything else.
Hopefully there's not supposed to be a gasket there. There probably is. Did we just send it or did we take it off? I looked and there wasn't a gasket that I saw.
If there wasn't a gasket, then what the fuck are we gonna do?
Because I think it's a square hole and it's a circular gasket, and I'm pretty sure that's for your thermostat, so we're just gonna send it.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna send it.
It's probably gonna spew water.
You're not in. There you go.
Yeah, here's my plan. We're gonna get this to where it works. I'm kind of thinking we maybe don't even do. Do you still want me to do the shmoo stuff on the crankshaft, or do you want me? Okay, cool. We'll do that.
Just
And then you know, if you just torque it down far enough. Get far, dude. I'm gonna go way overboard on the shmoo.
That's fine.
Because I really want this to just work.
Yeah, we're just... Okay. At this point, guys, this isn't even a how-to. This is a how to kind of fuck up your 1.6, but kind of get it running, and hopefully that it works.
Can you look up if the slotted end goes towards the engine or away? Because if you mess that up, that'll wreck it.
Okay, 1 second. Yay, nice and shiny and new.
Change the timing sprocket on that, because you know how there are all those little, like, washer things? I don't know which way those go.
Okay.
So we need the whole harmonic balancer, whole thing, and I also need a new timing belt.
I got you. Alright, we got the harmonic balancer on, slowly tightening it. We got the timing belt on. Eventually well, not on. It's not tightened. It's not tensioned. None of that shit. And eventually we'll get it tightened properly and all that other stuff. I just realized I am recording in a terrible setting. Now we are Yeah, that's so much better. You guys actually can see shit now. The harmonic balancer is on, not tightened. Timing belt is on, not tensioned. Oh, come on. There we go, that's 12. And then we're gonna hit 12 again. And yes, if you're an astute observer, we do not have the timing chain or timing belt cover on. Because we kinda, if you didn't pay attention in the last 20 minutes, we kinda fucked up and probably caused a very massive oil leak. So we just wanna get the thing started and see how it's going. And then if it is, oh, that's zoomed in a lot. If it is all fucked up, we can just take off the harmonic balancer bolts and fix it from there. But at least we'll know what the original issue is. I'm sorry for it being this zoomed in. I am very tired, if you cannot tell by my eyeballs.
Be clear, fixing it ain't gonna be trivial. It's probably just kind of gonna be how it is.
At least we can figure it out.
Alright, you wanna look up what that torque spec is?
And now we're gonna look up a torque spec, and honestly the next time I see you guys is after we already have everything set up, because my back is hurting, my everything is hurting, my brain hurts. So this is gonna be the last time you see it like this. The next time you see it, it's gonna be all put together, and then on Wednesday I will try it.
Hardest ever.
At this point, fuck it. It is the next day. I have, as you can tell, I have shaved, I've showered, I feel a lot better. Like I promised, this is the whole vehicle put back together, thanks to Andrew last night, staying for like 8 hours. It's not gonna get started right now. It'll get started in this video, but in like 2 days. I'll explain I'll explain why I have to wait until 2 days. He used red Loctite, or Loctite 660, which has like a cure time of like 24 to 48 hours. I'm gonna give it 72 just to be sure. And this might, hopefully, fingers crossed, fix the original issue, but we did cause another issue that will need to be addressed after I started to see if we actually did fix the first issue. So on Wednesday, when I start it up, and if it starts up properly and runs properly, I'll have that video and I'll have that clip, and I'll show you and tell you exactly what happened and how we fucked up majorly. But until then, see ya. Well, the next clip is gonna be this thing running either crappily or amazingly. So, see you then. Alright guys, this is the moment you've all been waiting for. We're going to start up the Miata, and all I can hope for at this point is that the original problem is fixed. I'll explain in a voiceover the problem we ended up creating after I figure out if we fix the original problem. So we're gonna set everything up and pray to God that it actually works. Okay. Let's see what happens. Nope, same thing. Okay. I think we fixed it. Alright, we're gonna try it one more time and see what happens. Just once more. Okay, we fixed the original problem. Hallelujah! Hallelujah! Okay, to recap, originally the problem with the Miata was I'd start it, it'd idle like shit, I have to pump the gas a crap ton of times, and then I'll get response after 3 or 4,000 RPMs. Unbeknownst to us, the issue was that the crankcase bolt was looser than a whore's vagina. We figured that out, and so instead of being smart and just tightening it down, we're like, hey, while we're in here, let's replace all the other shit, timing belt, main seal, so on and so forth. As you saw in the middle of the video, I said this is where we fucked up. That's where we gouged a scratch or some shit inside of the crankshaft or whatever. Then we put in a sleeve and we installed that incorrectly. Then we put in the main seal and we just said fuck it, whatever happens happens, we'll deal with the rest later, which you'll see in another video, hopefully soon, not sure when. As I was saying, but like you saw at the end of the video, it did run properly and it had throttle response. I'm pretty sure the reason why it wasn't idling it properly was because trying to chase that one tiny issue we made a bunch of other vacuum leaks. So like I said, hopefully very soon we're going to be fixing the issue we caused, and luckily we fixed the first issue, but unluckily we created another one. I hope you enjoyed our pain and suffering. Please leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below.